The dollar.
The dollar.
Dinero. The dollar.
The dollar.
The dollar.
The dollar.
Graced with the face of the Father.
Of a place that was based and was founded
on slave labor.
While they say that our motto is justice for all.
When it's just us, that's all.
See, the truth is our freedom, and what we call legal is usually determined by the root of all evil.
The proof that all people will never be all equal.
as long as the price of your suit is worth more than your life or the truth.
See, the poor folks ain't making it.
And the rich folks, they rake it in.
And the working man, he swears he's making it.
While Uncle Sam keeps taking it.
See, we pledge allegiance to the cash of the united hatred and hysteria.
So remember this, when you stand before your honor,
You don't stand a chance.
Without the power of the dollar.
Holla.
Just beating and harassment and trumped up charge.
Many concluded that growing unrest among impoverished inner-city residents and distrust between minorities and police was the fuel that fed the fires.
You see, no longer are we going to accept the old plantation setup.
Willingness to corrupt the process that is criminal justice. From police officer to prosecutor and everyone in between.
So you sit in that courtroom and it's like, I just can't believe this is happening. You feel like you're in a daze.
Those who have some direct control over the administration and the policies of the authority are the ones who are really sweating it out. I feel quite confident that eventually we will win. There's no doubt about it. It's only a matter of time.
A cop walks up to the man and kicks him in the face. I feel it, but don't feel it. 3 cops joined the dance, kicking, blackjacking the bloody, handcuffed, fallen form. 2 grab each arm, pull the man head first into a steel utility pole. He falls. Daddy, yes, baby girl. Why are those men beating on you like that? Oh, it's okay, baby girl, I'm okay. But why, Daddy? Why did they shoot you and why are they hitting and kicking you, Abu? Well, they've been wanting to do this for a long time, baby girl. But don't worry, Daddy's fine. See? I don't even feel it.
I think the handwriting is on the wall, just like the sun and the moon and the stars are in the sky. This state says that it doesn't make mistakes. It's a fool that makes a statement like that. There's nothing perfect with mankind. Never has been ever on planet Earth.
They don't know the facts, they don't know, because I think that if people really understood what happened in this case, they would be outraged. They would be absolutely outraged.
Of course, everything they put out was very negative. We never got to really hear the other. No one got to hear the other side. I think what happened a lot in St. Louis, overall, outside of the news media, and I think the case been very confusing, very contradictory, and particularly by them only projecting one side there. People just didn't know where to look at, where to start at looking, which is why I say at this point, this is the only time we've got to really have documentation that people can actually see.
My attorney did not do the best she could do because she thought that she had a slam dunk case. She thought it was very easy. I'm not charged with murdering anybody. I'm charged with aiding or encouraging. Now, to aid in a murder, you have to be present. The state said I was not. In order to be convicted of encouraging murder, someone has to take the stand and say, Marlon Gray told me to do what Marlon Gray said I should do, murder these people. No one ever testified.
I think America's replete with it, and especially this time.
It was disbelief because what Tom Cummins was saying happened just didn't make sense. And everyone was perplexed. I think that's white media. I think that's all the media were. Like, it didn't make any sense.
We lost in the legal arena, so we're now going public with what happened.
The first places the Coast Guard looked was the water intake pumps, because they basically said there's no way those bodies should have even made it to those rocks. They would have been hung up.
More strange fruit is hung from the trees of America than any other country in the world. This is a sad indictment against this country that a book had to be written a few years back about the last 5,000 lynchings in America. Lynchings. That's where the white man became judge, hangman, and jury, based on somebody's whim.
Here it is Monday. The only person who got to see him is my daughter, and we're having this arraignment in the court. And when we do see them, then his face, when he walks into the courtroom, his face is sticking out, swollen. So I knew that something had to happen. By then, the news media's involved. News media's coming to our house, the telephone's ringing off the hook. Now we're seeing Reggie's picture all in the newspaper, and here's morning, evening, night news. I mean, it was just a horrible experience, you know, and you're trying to get your mind set together, and I mean, you're going through all this emotional changes, you still, you know, something terrible is happening, and you gotta focus, or you're gonna need an attorney. I mean, your mind's going in 100 different directions. It was a horrible experience. It's like a bad dream. It stayed like a bad dream, and it's still a bad dream. Because when you sit in that courtroom, I'm jumping subject a little bit, it's like, is this stuff really happening? And then you hear this death verdict, each person saying death, and it's just ringing out like it's stabbing you in your heart, and it's like, I just can't believe this is happening. Is this real? You feel like you're in a daze. It's like you're on the days, but yet you know you've got to function somehow.